Hey Aries, welcome to your weekly forecast for June 13th through the 19th. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I am setting the intention for the next 7 days. However, you might stumble upon this video a few weeks from now, a few years from now. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to hear the messages that are in it. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for the collective. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. And as always, my dears and my darlings, sometimes your moon sign or rising sign may resonate more than your sun sign. Let's get right on into it and see what's coming up here for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to move you all just a little bit closer. First card coming up here for our Aries collective is the Knight of Wands. And this can be you in your lovely, fiery Aries energy, right? This is traditionally seen as a fire sign person. Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Now, I know a lot of people are used to watching tarot for love and romance, and I know traditionally the court cards are seen as people coming into a situation. But if you are new to my channel, I like to apply the cards to you. I like it to be about you and your journey and focusing on you and characteristics and things that you may be stepping into. Now, traditionally speaking, as I said, it can be seen as a person coming into a situation. If you have a Knight of Wands person coming into a situation, I'm not going to go into what I typically say because that's not the vibe I'm getting from this card for Aries in this reading. The vibe that I'm getting from Knight of Wands for Aries in terms of an outside influence is I feel somebody coming in regardless of zodiac sign. They don't have to be a fire sign or have a fire sign placement. I feel somebody is coming in for some of you with Knight of Wands energy where they're trying to hurry you up about making a decision. Sometimes the Knight of Wands can be an ultimatum, right? Like somebody coming in with an ultimatum. But the vibe that I'm getting from this card is they maybe have already given you an ultimatum, and now they're like, not only are they pressuring you to hurry up and decide, they're pressuring you to do what they're telling you to do. So in other words, this feels like a really overbearing energy to me, where somebody's coming in and like, come on Aries, come on, you have to hurry up now, you have to do it now. Like it's gone from nagging to almost like, I hate to say it, like almost like trying to like bully you or berate you into doing something that maybe you're not sure about. And Aries, if you don't feel it in your heart, if you feel uncertain and you have somebody coming in and trying to push something on you, the answer is no. Okay? If you're not already convinced in your heart, and I feel whatever the situation is, if you are holding out, you may be holding out because your answer is yes with some requirements. Like, I will say yes, I will give you what you want, but here are the changes that need to be made, or here's what I need from you. If you can do that, then my answer is yes. So you have like a yes that's contingent on some improvement or change. But Knight of Wands is not looking to improve or change. Knight of Wands is just pushing you into going along with what they want without making any changes. And that's great for them, but it's not great for you. Also, and it doesn't have to be romantic. This could be a family member. This could be a work situation. If you are somebody that has fears of abandonment, one thing we got to keep in mind with this Knight of Wands energy, Knight of Wands is not here for a long time. Knight of Wands is here for a good time. So Knight of Wands is not an energy that's going to give us a good solid foundation. It's not somebody that we can count on or depend on. This can be someone who's a bit unpredictable. Here today, gone tomorrow. We'll see them when we see them. They may show up. So this is someone that maybe is requiring consistency and commitment from you, whether it's romantic, business, whatever, but they're not giving you stability. They're not giving you foundation. And it's really, really hard to go into any kind of agreement with someone that can't give you that. Okay? Obviously, this is a general reading, so you all have to kind of look here about what what resonates with you or what your situation may be. But anytime anyone's trying to pressure us into something, it's typically not something that is going to be good for us to embrace or to accept. The next card that's coming up here for Aries is the Fool. And the Fool can be a leap of faith. The Fool can be where you're feeling led or you're feeling called to do something that doesn't make sense to a lot of other people, but in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit, you just feel led to take this direction. The Fool card is a major arcana card. Major arcana cards are going to come up anytime that we're coming into a defining moment in our life. We're coming into a new chapter, okay? And so even though I'm setting the intention for the next 7 days, the Fool card or any major arcana card is energy that's going to be around for a while. So things are happening within the next 7 days that are setting a series of events into motion. And so for some of you, this ultimatum that you're being given is kind of like pushing you off the symbolic cliff here, right? You're like, I wasn't gonna jump, but now I have to jump, right? You're maybe feeling pushed to go into a direction that you've been wanting to, but maybe you've been scared or you haven't been sure. And if you've been like, look, if this person or if this situation is gonna keep holding my feet to the fire, then I may as well go off and do this other thing that I've been feeling called or led to do, but I've been scared to take the leap. So you may be taking this leap of faith into something new or into a different direction. Oftentimes, in my experience, it's usually something that other people can't really picture you doing. However, we decide who we are. Other people don't get to choose who we are. We decide who we are. We are who we say we are. And so this decision or this route may not make sense to other people, but you're feeling it, right? The Fool is very much, dancing to the song that nobody else can hear, walking to the beat of our own drum kind of thing. And so some of you may be taking this leap. Now, the Fool card does also give us some, like, a heads up, which is look before you leap. Yes, you are being guided to take this chance and to take this risk, but take it as educated as possible. Take it as responsibly and as prepared as possible, right? Because in life, we need to take gambles, but we want to take those gambles and those risks in a safe way. You want to make sure you have your safety nets in place. You want to make sure you're looking before you leap, right? So you might want to kind of sit here and look at your plan, but you are being led and you are being guided to take this leap of faith. Now, I wasn't gonna share this, but now I'm feeling pushed to share this. I've used this deck before, and I've had the Fool card come up in this deck before, but I didn't notice until just this second this alligator or crocodile, whatever it is, here swimming here in this pool. A lot of you have an opportunity to avert a disaster right now, okay? And I don't know why, but I feel very specifically for some of you, this is in business. This is somebody that's trying to push you into a financial commitment, or some kind of a partnership in terms of business. The alligator really jumped out at me because some of you know when I was younger, I was married, and I was married to a really dangerous guy, and I had to leave. It wasn't a safe situation. And before I got married, I had this reoccurring dream almost every single night where I woke up in the dream and I was gonna go get ready for the day. I was gonna go take a shower, and there was an alligator in the bathtub. I had this reoccurring dream, and it was not a nice alligator. Like it was trying to get me, and I was trying to get out of there. And then like sometimes I couldn't open the door. I couldn't get out of the bathroom, and I was trapped in the bathroom with this alligator. And I didn't know what it meant, and I kept having this dream the whole time I was engaged. After I got married, I would have the dream. And in the dream, the alligator would turn into the guy that I was married to. So I was like, okay, all right, my subconscious was telling me this isn't a good guy. This is like a situation you might get stuck in, you might get trapped in, and you may not make it out alive, right? So that was when I started to have the evolved dream. I was like, okay, girl, if you don't get out of here now, you might not make it out of this alive. And so I left that situation, but I had to leave it very cautiously. I had to be very careful. Aries, I don't want you to panic. I'm not saying that this is someone that is putting your life in literal danger, unless you're in a situation similar to mine and you're like, nope, I relate, I resonate, listen to that, take the steps you're feeling guided to take. However, for the majority of you, I feel this is someone trying to push you into a financial situation or a financial commitment or a business agreement. They're trying to get you to make some kind of an investment. And if they have the chance, they are going to eat you up. This is not someone who has a good intention. Okay? Like, this is someone that would even be capable of like embezzlement or like kind of like doing shady things with the finances in some kind of a company. This is not someone who has your best interest at heart, and therefore this is the reason why they're pressuring you so much, why they're pushing you so much, right? They have this plan in their mind and they need you to see it through. And your angels and your guides are saying, Aries, don't get tied down to this. Take this leap of faith. Okay? My other option in that time when I was having the alligator dream, it was very complicated, but I kind of got married because at that time I was in a really strict religious environment, and I felt like if I didn't get married, I was going to have to leave that religious environment or that church that now today I look back and I see it as a cult. It was kind of like a Bible cult. And my life would have been much better if I would have taken that leap of faith and if I would have just said, okay, all right, I'm not getting married to this guy and I'm leaving this organization. So long story short, the moral of the story here is don't do the thing you're being pressured to do. Do the thing that scares you because it's a big change, but prepare yourself, do your research for it, figure out how you can do it in a way where you're setting yourself up to succeed and you have your little safety nets, you have your plan B, your plan C. But I feel, Aries, it's time to go in a new direction. The next card that's coming up here for you all is the Nine of Wands. Holy cannoli. Okay. So the Nine of Wands comes up when we need to be cautious, and sometimes we need to take a stance of defense. Every single one of these wands belongs to someone who came up to this poor guy and tried to take him down, tried to challenge him, tried to... one of the interpretations that I've read, traditionally you see the Nine of Wands guy and he's in a field. And so I've read some of the explanations of the card indicating that like he's in a vineyard, he owns a vineyard, and people came to try to beat him up and steal his vineyard or take over his vineyard. So I do feel in this way, my dears and my darlings, Aries, there is someone trying to take away something that you have built. They want it for themselves, and they're trying to infiltrate the situation in some way. For some of you, it could be somebody trying to pressure you into a marriage or into a romantic relationship or living together because they want to take over your assets, especially if you have a business. Like, they want their name on it. They want to have it. And so the 9 of Wands is saying, protect what you have built. You've worked very hard. Protect what you have built. And you might have someone who's being super persistent. Stand your ground. And don't allow this situation to discourage you or dishearten you or make you lose trust or faith in people. Because the 9 of Wands says you do not need to be afraid. You know every manipulation. You know every lie. You know every trick in the book. There is absolutely positively nothing new under the sun anybody can come at you with. You just need to stay alert and pay attention. That being said, not every person we're going to encounter is going to have our best interest at heart. But we don't have to be afraid of encountering people. And we don't have to be afraid of letting people into our life, because if we see the red flags, we know, okay, well, you don't get to come in, but there's still good people out there. I'll encounter good people, right? But I know what to look out for and who not to let in. So 9 of Wands in this instance is saying, protect what you have built, protect what you have created. For some of you, you've built a whole new life and you have a friend or family member or ex-partner from the past wanting to come back in, but they're coming in like a wrecking ball. Okay, I have an ex that did this to me over a period of several years, and all in all, it took me a good 10 years to be able to disconnect from this person and heal this person. And they're just this uncanny knack of, anytime I was healing from the situation and I was like rebuilding my life and I was in a good place, I was in a stable place, work was going good, I was, setting myself up for future goals and future plans, he just had this way of resurfacing and coming back into my life and tearing everything down and leaving. And then he would come back again once everything was rebuilt. It was like this terrible karmic cycle of me rebuilding from the ashes, creating something very solid, him coming back, tearing it down, leaving and disappearing again. It was a terrible cycle. Some of you have someone that's trying to do this right now. They see that you've moved on. They see that you have healed. They see that you've created all of this stuff, and they want it. And if you're not going to hand it over to them, and if you're not going to let them have it, then they're going to create a big old mess and walk away, because if you can't let them have it, well, then you're not going to have it either. So the 9 of Wands is saying, Aries, protect what you have built. You've worked too hard. You've come too far for people with bad intentions or selfish motivations to come in and wreak havoc. Your next card here is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is you coming into your power. It's that beautiful fire sign energy. And the Queen of Wands oftentimes comes up for me in my readings when you open your eyes and you realize how much you have to offer. You realize how much people are benefiting from you. And you realize how much you bring to the table, and you're sick of it. You're tired of giving so much and not being appreciated and not getting anything back in return. And there's a sense of anger that comes up with the Queen of Wands for me in my readings. It's a righteous indignation. You have the right to be angry. You're fed up. You're fed up of giving so much, getting so little back in return, giving so much and being met with disrespect or people who are condescending or stroking your ego, and you're like, no, they need to deliver. They need to deliver, they need to step up. The Queen of Wands stops giving discounts. She knows what she deserves. She aims for higher. And because she's so filled with this emotion of just being fed up and being angry and knowing her worth, she ends up calling in the next opportunity very quickly, right? She goes on to better things. There's also sometimes with the Queen of Wands a sense of self-employment or creating a business. So with this Queen of Wands energy, it says embrace your anger. And this time, instead of using your anger to destroy and lash out, use your anger to create, to build, to form, to forge, better for you in your life. And maybe some of you need to tap into your anger so that you're not allowing this person in, right? Maybe you need to tell this person off, or maybe you need to get so angry where you're fed up and you're demanding change in your life. But tapping into that anger is going to be a powerful tool in affecting change for you in this situation and breaking free from somebody who does not have your best interest at heart, my dears. You may want to check out your moon sign and your rising sign. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. If you want to look at the love readings for June, those are linked in the description of the video. If you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description of the video that will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. If you want to check out the daily messages that I post on the channel, if you think it might be nice to start your day off with a card of the day, please do check those videos out as well. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, Aries.